In autumn 2022, I took a leap of faith and embarked on a journey to experience living in a new city. Little did I know, it was the start of a love affair. In the city that never sleeps, New York City. My love for New York City sparked back when I was in elementary school. During a winter break, I went on a family trip to experience Countdown at Times Square. I remember vividly seeing snowfall for the first time while walking down the Fifth Avenue with my mom. It was a magical moment. Almost 2 decades later, I got to revisit the city as an adult. During this 5-day trip, I met John and Chris. They were so kind to show me all the good vegan spots and the different parts of the city. So this time around, I experienced NYC as a tourist with awesome local guides. I knew I would be back again. In the beginning of 2022, I started watching many New York City-based vloggers' content and dreamed of living there myself. The universe heard my inner thought, and soon I was presented with an opportunity to do just that. I could stay in the Upper East Side rent-free in exchange for working at a plant shop. I manifested my dream into reality. During my almost 3-month stay, I got to see NYC no longer as a tourist, but through the perspective of New Yorkers. After settling in, I developed a routine. I took the subway to go everywhere, explored different neighborhoods, visited art museums, watched concert and stand-up show, discovered my favorite coffee shops and vegan food spots. I even got to celebrate my favorite day of the year, Halloween. But the journey wasn't easy. It was filled with challenges, self-discovery, and growth. Through this visual diary, I want to take you on a journey to experience New York City through my eyes. The first month went by smoothly. I was in training, so the job at the plant shop was relatively easy since I just had to assist the owner. I had to go to work every day. Weekdays were chill. I only had to work for 2 hours in the afternoon. So I had a lot of time during the day to work on other stuff and hang out with friends. So a typical weekday in my life looked like this. I usually wake up before 9 a.m. Then I get ready, make coffee, and start editing wedding videos while having breakfast. I would edit all the way until lunchtime. Usually I go out for lunch either by myself or with friends. In the afternoon, I usually edit some more before opening up the plant shop. It was so interesting to see different kinds of plant parents that came into the shop. Most customers were chill, but some could be a bit intense. One particular customer said she rescued an abandoned plant from the street, and now the plant is thriving in her apartment, growing all over the place. As someone who had rescued a couple animals from the street, I could totally relate to her. After work, I go back home and edit some more until around 11 p.m. Then I take a shower and go to sleep. Weekends were the busiest, because I have to be at the shop for 8 hours. Once a month, we would go to the nursery to stock up on plants. I basically experienced the cycle of running a retail business, from understanding and taking care of the products, in this case, the plants, constantly updating the website, managing inventory, posting regular content on social media, connecting with customers, doing sales, and eventually restocking the products again. It's a lot of work. The owner does everything by herself, which is so impressive, but it also adds a lot of stress to me. Assisting someone who prioritizes work made me feel pressured to meet their high expectations. Not only I had zero knowledge in plants, prior to this, I didn't have any retail shop experience. Every night before going to sleep, I would spend at least 30 minutes to study one plant at a time. It's not just memorizing the name, but also their watering schedule, how much light they need, and what kind of environment suits them. It was worse than taking the SAT. If I mess up a test, I just lose score. But if I sell the wrong plants or give the wrong advice, the plants could die and the shop reputation could be ruined because of my mistake. A lot was at stake. Second month in, the owner had to travel overseas and I was left to face my biggest fear of the year: working alone at a plant shop. As an antisocial introvert, the idea of selling plants and interacting with customers face to face made me hella nervous. I really struggled, like a fish out of water, tumbling my way through every interaction with customers. On top of that, I was hustling to deliver wedding projects. The footage were all in 4K, my laptop couldn't handle them, so the editing process was super laggy. So laggy that a 1-minute video takes me a full day to complete. Then my Airbnb ran into some problems in the same month. I had to constantly communicate with the staff and the guests on the other side of the world. Plus, homesickness started to kick in. I was missing all my pets and my comfortable life back home. I started questioning, why am I doing this to myself? So I had a couple breakdowns and I would cry uncontrollably alone in the room because I felt like I don't have time for myself anymore. And that was the worst feeling ever. I can only blame myself for saying yes to everything. I overestimated my capability. As the days went by, I began to develop confidence in my abilities and even started recommending plants to customers. Looking back, I am so proud that I survived all that obstacles without making any detrimental mistakes. Throughout this stressful month, there were 2 things that helped me decompress and kept me sane: friends and edibles. Honestly, without these 2, I probably wouldn't have made it till the end. Shout out to Jonah and Chris for always taking me to exciting new places, trying different vegan spots, and inviting me over to chill at your place. You 2 are one of the main reasons I fell in love with the city. Winnie and Edwin for hosting me at your beautiful house in Beacon and showing me how life outside of the busy city looks like. Thank you for showing me the vegan options in town and making food for me. My high school sweetheart Kyra and her partner John for taking care of me and showing me all the good vegan food in Philly. It was such a nice getaway from New York City. I wish I could spend more time with you. Rita for giving me a list of vegan restaurants in New York City. It was so nice to meet another Taiwanese vegan living in the city. My co-worker Emma who helped me out at the shop on the weekends, thank you for doing most of the talking with the customers. Uncle Lee for letting me crash at his house for almost 3 weeks prior and after my duty at the shop ended. Thank you for always prioritizing my safety. Lastly, the person who made my New York City dream come true. Without her, I wouldn't be able to experience all of this. Although I felt pressured at times, I was always grateful that she trusted me. She already has a busy schedule every day, but she still used her little free time to show me around the city, treated me a nice meal, cooked me dinner, and even shared many valuable life lessons to me. Thank you so much for everything. I aspire to be as successful as you are one day. One of my life mottos is no one ever owes you anything to be nice to you. So the fact that everyone I encountered had been so kind and helpful makes me feel extremely blessed. I definitely have the lucky girl syndrome. As I approached the end of my journey, I found myself reflecting on how much I had grown during my time there. I stepped out of my comfort zone, gained new skills, and developed a deep appreciation for all the little things New York City has to offer. I love walking around Central Park, taking in the sights and the sounds of the city. I found myself staring at the pigeons a lot, admiring their existence. I really love the freedom culture, the way people could express themselves in any way they choose. I love the convenience of getting around, the 24-hour subway, and how walk-friendly the city is. If I had to say one thing I didn't like, it would be the high cost of living. But even with that, I knew my time in NYC had been worth it. Living in a fast-paced big city, working at the plant shop, and managing my time between work and my passion taught me the value of work-life balance. It is important to pursue my passions, but also prioritize my responsibilities and make time for self-care. Even when things get tough, there is always something to be grateful for. Once you overcome your fear, you will become stronger than ever. As long as you put your heart into learning something new, you will be good at it eventually. The world is such a beautiful and vast place full of endless possibilities for growth and learning. As long as I have the means, I never want to stop exploring new places. To live is to experience. In the end, my time at New York City was more than just a temporary stay. It was a rich journey of self-discovery, personal growth, and a testament to the power of seeking discomfort. As I left the city that had become my home for almost 3 months, I knew that I would always carry the memories, lessons, and love that I had found there with me, no matter where life takes me next. Thank you, New York City. I love you.